It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got two teams who were AFC rivals for almost 25 years. It's the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks, and it's coming up next.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Straight ahead, a rematch of Super Bowl 48, and it should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. Again, everybody, alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Of Super Bowl 48, the Seahawks and Broncos are underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Time for our first look at the Denver offense. And, of course, the new face of the Broncos, 9-time Pro Bowler while in Seattle, Russell Wilson.
The Denver Broncos knew exactly what they wanted when they acquired Russell Wilson. They wanted to bring in a quarterback who was durable, consistent, and a proven winner to take a talented roster back to the postseason. And Russell Wilson, he was all those things in Seattle. 1 losing record in 10 seasons, missed only 3 games in that time, and made 9 Pro Bowls.
First play, and Wilson wants to throw it. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. From the 44, Wilson. That's complete. It's Okurebunan. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Previously the understudy to Noah Fan, Albert Okurebunan finally gets a shot at the starting job in his 3rd season in the NFL. Plenty of us remember his 4.49 40-yard dash in the 2020 Combine, so we know he's an athlete and can really stretch the field if they use him right in this offense. I'd say that play right there is a nice illustration of what to expect. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. 37 yards for Javonte Williams. And the Broncos put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. So that a very nice-looking touchdown run.
And on his first carry of the game as well. And you remember, Brandon, we talked to him yesterday, and he thought he was going to have a big game. He thought everything aligned perfectly. He liked what the defense was presenting, and he really liked what he was getting from his blockers.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Get a look at this Seahawk offense as they come out there. And the quarterback brought in as part of that big offseason trade, now in his 4th NFL season, Drew Lock. Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Lock gets ready to go at their own 24. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. A nice little juke. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. Now they'll run it again with Penny. Gets around him. And he's got some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 59 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Myers' kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives, and they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this 1st quarter of play. After 7-3 the score. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that will... All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
McManus's point after is good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Lock gets ready to go
At their 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Penny.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Block now to throw. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. To throw in his Lock. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
This is taken at the 15. And that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return.
And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now Wilson.
Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Play action. It's Wilson.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those.
They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lock. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. They look to throw. It's locked. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From midfield now, here's Wilson. That's caught left side by Judy. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. The kick by McManus is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession. Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he finds Penny. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 10. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And they will take over 1st and 10. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 19-yard line. Here's Williams to start the drive. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Defensively, Puna forward with a tackle there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. We know Melvin Gordon is very effective getting to the perimeter.
But being a former University of Wisconsin Badger means you know how to run the ball inside and with power as well. I also like the fact that he's a weapon in the passing game. Had as many as 58 catches in a season. Throw it to him in space and look out.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now it's Wilson.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. On third down, Wilson.
He'll get this to Hamler over the middle.
And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Here's Sam Martin now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Locke. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And we'll see what he can do on the return. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. Back now in Seattle, Washington. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson.
And that's going to be caught by Sutton.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. 22 yards there, a 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
This is Hamler on the receiving end.
And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open. That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. They go play action with Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Gordon will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. Throwing is Wilson. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Broncos have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now Locke, gotta have this one. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
50 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter. But 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you'll win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.